Does this seem safe for an 11-year-old boy to do? Or this? Or this? Well, it doesn't look safe to me, but to the teachers at Hogwarts, this is perfectly fine. Yes, teachers at Hogwarts really believe in a baptism by fire, in the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PS2. Or is it Sorcerer's Stone? Well, both actually. It's Sorcerer's in the US and Philosopher's Stone, well, basically everywhere else in the world. The version for PS2 came out in 2003, right after Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which came out 1 year before. Well, that doesn't make much sense, does it? How could a game that is chronologically first come after its sequel? Well, let's look at the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone games. Oh boy, there is a lot of them, isn't there? Well, they are all about the same boy who lived and are based on the same book or movie, so they must be the same, or at least very similar, right? Wrong. Yes, all of these games are different games actually. Let's break this down somehow. Well, you see, in 2001, when the book was already released, but the movie still wasn't, but it was already in the making, there were also two games in the making, the PS1 and PC versions. The PS1 version is most known, probably. It also has most memes from it, notably the PS1 Hagrid meme. PS1 and PC versions look a little similar, some assets look even the same, but they were being made at the same time as the movie, so they still don't have any notable cutscenes, you know, from the movie, and mostly rely on comics-like pictures to tell the intro story. Then there are two handheld versions from 2001, the Game Boy Advance version and the Game Boy Color version. Both very different games, but from the information I gathered, they were both made by the same small team of 8 people, and they were making them both together at the same time. That is just an admirable effort on their part. Then we come to this version, the PS2, Xbox and GameCube versions, which came out in 2003 and were basically the same game, just on a different platform. But how could it come after the Chamber of Secrets from 2002? Well, from what I found out, they did it because the Prisoner of Azkaban was planned for 2004, so there was 1 year gap in 2003, so they decided to fill it with completely remade new version of Philosopher's Stone. And even more shameless is that they used most of the animations and assets, mechanics, the music, models and everything, the whole map from the Chamber of Secrets. So these two games are very similar in every way. Who would be able to do such a thing, you ask? Well,
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
The EA, of course. Well, and now to the game itself. It is a third-person game in what you can basically call an open world. Well, it has whole Hogwarts to explore, and it also has the outside area, so I guess it is open world? What is even more impressive is that you can move between all locations in the school and outside without any loading screen. Unlike some modern games, But you must pay a price for that. Each time you open a door to another classroom, well, anywhere, not just the classrooms, you have to watch this multiple seconds long cutscene of Harry opening the door. Now, that does not seem like a lot, but imagine doing it 5 times just to get where you want. It can get tedious. The only loading screens you see are from the game loading spell challenges and pre-rendered cutscenes, basically. The gameplay is actually pretty good on a DualShock controller. Moving around, casting spells and interacting is nicely made and feels natural. Unlike the jumping in this game. Ooh, what is that? Little thing. Oh no! What happened? No way! It just jumped! Why is it jumping? Well, jumping in this game is probably the worst mechanic of it. Sure, aiming sometimes doesn't cooperate, but it's nothing compared to the jumping. In this game, jumping is made automatically for you when you get close to a ledge of a platform, so you often jump even when you don't want to. Other than that, the game looks very nice. The animations, both pre-rendered and in-game, look very good for 2003. The voice acting is also quite good.
I really don't know.
We've got to follow that prefect.
It's odd, because he usually gives us a reason why we're not allowed to go somewhere.
Make yourselves at home.
This is Ron.
Another Weasley, eh? I spent half my life chasing your twin brothers away from the forest.
And the music is... Yes, it is wonderful. It was made by Jeremy Sowell and it is just beautiful. Now, the music for the movie was not yet made, so Jeremy made his own songs. And I must say they really captured the magical world of Harry Potter as good as the music of John Williams for the movie. So, how do you play this game? Well, even though there is no dynamic changing of day and night in the game, there still is a day and night. How does it work? Well, when you wake up in the morning, you usually have to attend to some classes.
We've got Defense Against the Dark Arts on the 3rd floor now.
Or gather ingredients for classes.
Make sure you have these ingredients for your next potions lesson.
You can also find students around the school that wants to exchange wizard cards with you, and once you finish everything you can do during the day, you can end it, and then the nighttime begins. During the night, the school is still fully accessible to you, but it is protected by prefects that you must avoid, or they will catch you.
Locomotor Mortis!
I'm sure I heard someone sneaking around here.
I think you should be in the Gryffindor common room, Potter. Get going.
So you must stay out of their sight to get to the place that you want. During the night, you don't attend the lessons, but you do all the secret things around the school. Most of them are story related, like sneaking out to find a book in the restricted section of the library, or sneaking out to go to the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid. During the night, you can also visit a shop of Fred and George.
We were wondering when you'd turn up.
Welcome to our shop.
Who sells some useful things, like this bag that allows you to carry more beans. They also sell stink pallets that you can use to escape prefects, or dank bombs for playing pranks on people. Or more useless things like this wizard card that you can just find somewhere else or trade it.
Thanks, Harry. Think I'll go to bed. Do you want the card? You collect them, don't you?
The wizard cards are a mechanic of its own.
A wizard card!
You find them all around Hogwarts in the chests, and you can also find a wizard card pack in them.
A wizard card pack!
But those are pretty rare, and you can also get them as a reward for finding lost things for people.
Thanks very much for finding the telescope, Harry. Have a wizard card.
There is 101 cards you can collect, and all of them have their own picture and text that you don't even have to read, because the narrator does it for you.
Gifford Ollerton, 1390 to 1441, famous giant slayer, killed the giant Hengist of Upper Banton.
Once you collect some of them, you will notice you may have collected the same card multiple times, and that's where the trading wizard cards come in. Suspicious NPCs just standing around Hogwarts are usually the ones who will trade your cards. So you can give them a card that you have already multiple copies of, and they will give you a card that you don't have. Why is this mechanic in the game, you ask? Because for every few cards you collect, you gain another health bar, up to 6 health bars, which is very handy indeed. While attending classes in Hogwarts, you learn a new spell each class. But it is not so easy. There is a spell challenge for each of the spells. Most of them are of questionable safety conditions for an 11-year-old children. Like here, having dangerous animals there. Raids. Treacherous jumps, or even having a little boy fight a fully grown mountain troll or a venomous tentacula. While doing these challenges, you can find from time to time a challenge shield. With each challenge shield you find, you gain more points for your house. And at the end of the challenge, you are given a grade by the teacher.
Well done! That effort deserves an A.
Good effort. I'll give you a B.
Also, at the end of each day, you are given an overview of points for each house. And now we come to the story of the game. Well, there is not much to say if you saw the movie or read the books. The game takes most of the things from the movie, but surprisingly many things from the book that were not included in the movies, such as Peeves the Poltergeist and other minor things. You begin your journey at Ollivander's, picking up your wand, or better said, letting your wand choose you.
It's really the wand that chooses the wizard, of course.
And learning your first spell, Flipendo. Then you move to Hogwarts that you can explore and do many challenges I spoke about before. At the lessons you learn new spells such as Lumos for light and fending off wraiths, Alohomora for opening locks, Spongify for creating springs so you can jump to hard to reach places, Defendo for cutting, and Incendio for lighting things aflame. Later in the game you are also given a broomstick so you can explore the outside of Hogwarts even further and reach places not accessible by foot. After you move through the main story events in the game, such as saving Hermione from the troll, or having a Quidditch match, you are ending the game with all the challenges you saw in the movie, like fighting the Devil's Snare.
It's Devil's Snare.
Oh, I'm so glad we know what it's called. That's a great help.
You fly the broomstick to get the key, and you play chess, which is not exactly chess. All of the pieces move only one tile around them, but it looks cool.
Knight to C3.
Then there is two-phase boss fight.
You? Snape? He was the...
Yes, does seem the type, doesn't he?
In the first phase you fight spectral beasts that Quirrell summons to kill you.
He lies. Let me speak to him.
Then, in the second phase, you face Quirrell's other face.
Harry Potter, we meet again.
Voldemort himself. But instead of using Avada Kedavra, he tries to kill you with an unknown and unintelligible spell. Or he tries to crush you with the giant stone balls.
Wingardium Leviosa!
I don't remember that from the movie. And then we have a nice cutscene at the end of the boss fight. Fortunately, everything ends well, and at the end of the school year you are told who won the Hogwarts House Cup for earning most points during the year.
I present the House Cup to Gryffindor.
So what do I think about this game? I played it first time now in 2023, and I must say that even now it is still a very good game. It has its flaws, namely the jumping. But this is really a nice game. The only bad thing I can think of is not even the fault of the game itself. It's just the huge resemblance to the Chamber of Secrets. Other than that, I was pleasantly surprised by this game, and I really enjoyed playing it. What do you think about this game? Let me know in the comments, give a like and subscribe if you liked the video. So see you next time and have a nice day!